Hey Susan, how you doing? Happy Sunday fun day. Happy Pajama Jammy Jam night. You know I got lost in the night, Susan. You know I did. You know I did. Hold on. I am sitting here trying to turn my phone down. Somehow turning my camera on. Hold on. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I got caught up in the day. I have literally been chilling, guys. I ate pizza. Um, I ate pizza. I literally chilled out. I watched the movie Step Brothers. Then I had ended up watching. This is a weird jump from Step Brothers to what I'm about to say. Then I was watching Children of the Corn, the original one from 1984. Well, I'm gonna call that the original one because that's the first one I knew of. But anyway, I was watching that, and then honestly, I was watching it and I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I just woke up and was just laying around chilling, playing the game, not even doing anything really. But then I lost so much track of time. I looked up and it was 8 o'clock. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, wait, it is supposed to be a super chill day. It's supposed to be relaxing. Let nothing stress you out. Let nothing get in you. You can't, because sometimes things gonna hit you that's gonna stress you out. But I'm like, today's supposed to be a chill day, and I've done nothing but that, y'all. Chill, chill, chill. Honestly, like when I get off this live, I'm probably gonna lay down, even if it's not to go to sleep. Like I'm just done for the night. I've had such a chill day, though. So that has been my super chill. I've, put a couple of videos up, well, videos, a couple of shorts up, some things in on a community board. I'm just been like, oh no, it's a chill day for Danny. I wasn't playing when I said it. So like I was supposed to get my hair cut. My brother was supposed to come back. I was supposed to do my hair, get my hair cut. Then we were supposed to go and just go down to that place again. But this time we were going not just going to get something to eat, but to hang out there for a little bit. But I was kind of glad it was a chill and city in day. I don't know. Some days I just don't even feel like going anywhere. At first I was like, I do. I feel like doing something, going somewhere. But then I'm like, nah, you know what? In reality, I just feel like chilling. I feel like watching movies that come across my mind. That's how I end up watching Children of the Corn because it came across my mind. Nina, here, Nina, here. So sorry about that, y'all. Sometimes I feel like Nino literally waits till I go get on the live to start a bark party, y'all. I swear he do. Sit your butt down. We don't want to look at your butt in the camera. He teamed too much. I'm so sorry about that. What was I saying? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Who was I speaking to? Let's see. Hey, Colleen, how you doing? Hey, Just John. Yeah, now, like I said, Nia's just waiting. He just be waiting. He said, "Hold on, let me bark. Ain't nothing else going on. I just want to bark. I want everybody to hear me bark. I want them to say, is that Nino barking? Is that Nino barking?" I swear, that's what I think he does sometimes. It's just like when kids are little, they've been chilling, just sitting around your phone right now. They jumping off the roof. You say, wait a minute, they weren't just doing that 5 seconds ago. I swear they weren't. But nobody will believe you. They'll swear that's what they was doing all day. But yeah, so like I said, today been just like super chill. I put on that Children of the Corn. I fell asleep. And I literally was watching the beginning of it and thinking to myself, like, I don't even remember the beginning being like this. Like, I don't remember this whole thing. But I will say that when you watch an older movie, you realize how like cheesy it is. Like, oh my goodness, this movie is like super cheesy. It's so low budget. You know what I mean? But it was 1984, so it probably seems super high tech. Even though you're watching like on one of the scenes, one of the kids has like a whole baby machete, and it's like it's no way that that person would still be attached where you were cutting. But I know everybody's not into horror movies, but when it's those old horror movies, they're almost like a joke, like Fright Night or something like that. When you watch this, like, how was I ever scared of this movie? At least that's how I feel when I watch it. I'm like, wait, how is this a movie I was so afraid of when I was young? Now I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So I had put out the question today about some trivia. So I figured tonight, while we were in this moment with each other, we could do a few trivia questions, maybe just about 10, 20 of them, just for some fun, some movie trivia. And so I did pull up a couple of those questions. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure everybody had a relaxed day, a good day. They had some fun. I know my Emma Lou was hosting a barbecue at her first barbecue at her forever home. So I hope that today it was a blast. It was a blast. I hope that she's having fun. I hope right now they're sitting back, just enjoying the rest of the day they had today. That's what I really am hoping she is doing. What is everybody else doing? What did you do today? Did you just lay back and relax like me? Chillax all day? Did you go out? Did you have a barbecue? Did you host a barbecue like Emma Lou? Sunday, did somebody go to church today? What did you do today? Did you cook? Did you cook? What was your day like? Hey, Triple A. Oh yeah, Susan out there in Dallas was telling me about that heat. Oh my God, I can't do heat like that at all. Like when I think of Arizona, even Florida, my bestie is out in Florida right now, and oh my goodness, today she was just like, "Oh, I'm so glad this is over. This heat, this heat is unbearable." Now today it was pretty hot outside today. Sorry guys, my eyes started itching. Um, it was pretty hot outside today. So even when I did my just sitting outside, I'm like, oh, I can't do this too long. I can't, because then it starts messing with my sinuses. Get the sinus headache. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. And oddly, last night it was really cool outside. It was really cool last night. Oh my goodness, hold on, guys, my eye is just no idea. But yeah, last night was a lot cooler. It was so cool last night that I just knew today was going to be my favorite weather, like that perfect weather where it's not too hot, it's not too cold. Um, it's just beautiful. It just makes you want to sit outside, that kind of weather. So I thought that's what we were going to get. Then this morning, when I went out the first time and took out Nino, it was warm. And I thought, oh, it was kind of early to be this warm. And then when I went back outside at like 9 o'clock, right before I did my live, when I came back outside, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be a hot one today. So when I went out, I was like, oh yeah, it's a hot one. It was one of those days where you needed to have ice water with you, like you needed something to drink with you. I have no idea what is going on in my eyes, but literally it started feeling like it was itching, and that was just annoying me. So I'm gonna keep this off for a second, so I do not have to focus at myself, because it's going to be a habit to look at the screen at myself, not even to read the comments or anything, because I read the comments off my phone. That's the one thing about this eye. I never know. I never know what it's going to do. It knows what it's going to do. I never know. It's been fine all day. And it was like, oh, you want to stare at the camera, huh? So you want to look at that camera? I have something for you. I'm like, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. Oh, whoa. Did you ever cook? Yes. What did you cook? what didn't you cook should be the question today, Susan. Oh, Colleen, you cook for the week. I was just saying that yesterday. Like, that's really what I would prefer to do. So it's one less stress. Just like make the meals. And especially, like, even when I was in Florida, I was prepping my meals sometimes for what I would do there would be when I was in Florida, when I was in Georgia. I was not in Florida. When I was in Georgia, I would prep my meals for like 2, 3 days. But yeah, I love to have it ready for the week and what we, yeah, you know, just one less thing to do to know dinner's already done. Especially when you're still working and all. Oh, come on, you got to make it easier for you. Some people make it harder. Hey, VTA sis, I had to cut the camera off for a second. My eye is just, I don't know, it's just very irritated right now. And so, since it's acting up, I just turn the camera off so then I don't even have to focus with it as much. Yeah. Having things done ahead of time. It's like if I have to get up early for work or whatever it is, if I have to get up early, go somewhere to go to a doctor's appointment, anything, I feel like that's the night that I'm probably going to sleep bad or wake up too early in my sleep or go to bed too early. So I'm always wondering if I stay up late, like, those nights when you worked and you stayed up late doing way too much. I would always make sure before I went to bed, I had knocked out all these things so that in the morning, since I'd have less time, you know what I mean? I'd have less things to do. And there's nothing worse than getting off work and still having to go cook. Nobody understands that till you have to do it. You ever walked in the door from work and somebody was like, "What are you making for dinner?" And you're thinking, I would want to jump in that bed and melt. I want to kick off my shoes and let my feet swell. I want to do a lot of things but cook. But then you remember that usually if people are asking you, what are you going to cook for dinner? That means if you don't eat. But sometimes you're tired and you say, "Wait, you know what? I think I'll pass. I won't eat." Is my option cleaning up and then having to wait, cooking, then having to clean up after? Oh, no, 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 I'm tired. I'm booked. I'm busy. What you do today, BT? Trying to see what everybody did on this Sunday. I love the air fryer. I'm telling you guys, when the air fryer first came out, I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, just like a fryer, huh? Just like fried food." But I was skeptical. So then, every time anyone you knew got an air fryer, you ask it, "What was it like? Was it like fried food?" What did it taste like? What do you make in it? What do you use? And then when people had theirs a little longer, what's your favorite thing you make in there? How do you make that? Or if you've had something they made and like, what did you do to it? How did you keep it like that? What? My cousin, he makes one of the best burgers, fresh ground beef burgers in the air fryer. And I'm like, you keep saying you're doing nothing to it. There is something you are doing to make that burger that juicy in that air fryer. And now I love French fries. First of all, fresh cut fries are my favorite. When it comes to the fry game, that then crinkly fries, I have an order on how I like my fries. I like a fries a bunch of different ways, but those are my top two, like homemade fries and crinkly fries. I love crinkly fries. I love steak fries, but depends on what I'm eating. Steak fries don't go with everything. But so now I make the French fries in the air fryer. Ooh wee, I love it. I love them. I love fries in the air fryer now. Now that's my new thing. I don't even think about pulling out any grease with any fries. They're going right in the air fryer. But that air fryer, once I got one, I promise you, you felt like, how did I make it without one? How was I surviving without an air fryer? Let me see what you're saying. Ooh, crispy Parmesan crusted chicken. Colleen, now you know I got my list of when I hit your city. When I hit your city, what is it you make? Because I'm looking for it. Oh, that sounds delicious. I want that recipe. I want to make that. I do. That sounds really good. And it's so funny because at one point, guys, I did not like if they say, "Oh, that's some Parmesan crusted chicken. That's some almond and whatever, some kind of crust or something." I'd be like, no, no. But I promise you, like I said before, I've learned when there's like a chef special or there's a certain way someone makes something, you have to at least taste it like that. Because whether you like it or you don't, you need to see how these things infuse together. What made them put these things together? There's something about it that just, uh, I told you all I had some, I believe it was like a red wine, almond crusted salmon. It was one of those, oh, I don't even, oh. But I remember at first when I saw what was on it, 'cause it was like a salmon chef special. There was like four different pieces, small pieces of salmon, but they were made four different ways. It was delicious. But before, I wouldn't have ate that. I was like, no, I don't want almonds on no, no. And the almonds were almost like shaved. Oh, so good. It was kind of a crust to give it a crunch. I can't explain it, but when I tell you those flavors together, ooh, all they served with that was like a scoop of mashed potatoes and like four pieces of asparagus, and it was just like that was exactly perfect. But each different, and one of the pieces of salmon was a little sweet. Like I don't know what glaze they put on it, but it was a little. Uh, don't get me started when it comes to food. You all know. You all know I'm ready. Oh, you got that off Pinterest? Okay. Wait. You do a macaroni? You know what, Colleen with the K? You know what? I see. I told y'all I'm putting together that schedule for September. We're gonna have to have a thing called recipes, the chef's kitchen, where we just come in. I want some of these recipes now. Now don't y'all hold them to your chest. I need them. Macaroni in the air fryer. You got the whole room curious. You know, I know you got me curious, Colleen. That and it's a quick macaroni and cheese in the air fryer. How, what? 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 Bad eye and all. I'm like, wait a minute. I had to turn the air on. I hope that air conditioner, because I'm sitting so close, isn't loud. But I just had to have something blowing. I don't know if it was something was in my eye. I don't know. Like I told you, all the good thing is I am going tomorrow to try to see if I can get in. I'm just trying to go in on a walk in since we've what it seems like straighten out this information with my insurance. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for this. He's booked and busy for weeks on weeks. I'm just going to go up to the office. I know where he'll be. So at the most in the morning, he'll be in surgeries in the morning. And if so, just by me walking in, if he's going to be in there, he's make sure he'll see me to take this stitch out my eye. If not, I know just me coming in there, he'll schedule me for tomorrow. But I'm just gonna try to go in and walk in. Like, nope, I'm not gonna try to make these appointments because you call and they're like, the next available appointment is August. And you're like, August, August. We're 10 days into July, and you're telling me August? Like, so no, I'm walking in. I'm walking in. But yes, I hope this air conditioner isn't live. But Colleen, I need that recipe that macaroni and cheese says. I really do. Just hearing about it, I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. I love macaroni and cheese. Now here's my dilemma with the macaroni and cheese. I love macaroni and cheese. Ooh, the cheesier the better. Oh, I love it when it's piping hot and could just about burn your tongue and the roof of your mouth off. I love hot food. I don't know why. Because when it's really hot, you really can't taste it. But some things I need them just super hot. And I don't need them as they cool down, but I just need them super hot. Some things I eat. But I love macaroni and cheese. I love when the cheese a little burn on the top. Just I love macaroni and cheese. But some people can do macaroni and cheese as a meal. I can't. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot do macaroni and cheese as a meal. I can't. I can't. Now my sis had this macaroni and cheese with lobster, and she loved it. But I don't even like stuff in my macaroni and cheese. Now, if I do, like I love tuna casserole, and that's basically macaroni and cheese and tuna. I love hamburger helper, which is basically macaroni and cheese and tuna. Um, so I like that, but then to me that's not considered. I'm sorry, it's like every time I turn this thing on. To me, that's not considered just macaroni and cheese, but just macaroni and cheese by itself cannot be a meal to me. It can't. I mean, I could sit and eat a whole bowl of it and love it like a snack. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But some people be like, oh no, I could do macaroni and cheese as a dinner when I was a kid and we go to pick out TV dinners or something. And you go in the grocery store with your parents and they say, oh, you can pick out some TV dinners or whatever. I'd always get the macaroni and cheese one. Always. But I always felt like I was hungry afterward. Like, okay, was that a meal? Because it doesn't feel like one. But I love macaroni and cheese. I'm one of those. If macaroni and cheese is one of those like great American dishes that everyone loves, that's why they call it. Like, yeah, I agree. Grilled cheese, yep. Peanut butter and jelly, yep. Even though now with allergies and stuff, it's hard to even admit you like peanuts and stuff because it's not in public like it is. Like I said, they took it all the way out of the baseball stadiums out here. So, and that peanuts are big to baseball. But I can understand. I don't even eat peanuts in public because of people and their allergies. You just add the uncooked elbow mince. Oh, I definitely have to try that. I'm telling. Oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot wait to be back in the kitchen. Like sometimes it's overwhelming when you're tired and you have to cook or whatever, and sometimes when you cook, you used to like tasting and everything, so you're never hungry at the end. Or if you cook too much, even if you weren't, tasting like crazy during it, you're like, I'm not really hungry because you've been messing with the food, prepping the food, cooking the food, smelling the food, and it kind of fills you up. But I miss the relaxation it felt, or that feeling of, when people enjoy the meal or when you just enjoy what you wanted and you made exactly what you wanted, how you wanted it. I miss it. I miss it. It's gonna be one of my favorite parts of my new place. It's just the kitchen, just being in it. Oh, and I love when the top gets a little brown. So, oh, Colleen, that sounds good. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. And it just makes it no water. Do you have to use some olive oil? Do you what butter? Anything? Wow. Do you cook the noodles first? Do you put them in? You said put it in raw elbow noodles, right? Yeah, the uncooked elbow. I am so curious. You know I'm gonna try it, Colleen. You know I am. You know I am. Now today, normally any food that I post, I have cooked, purchased, or I am actually eating it. You know what I mean? It's actual food I'm eating that I post. But today, when I asked about the barbecue, that's what made me ask that question. I was looking up like vegetable shish kebabs and seeing like different ones people try, and I saw those too, and I said, wait a minute. I want one. I want a vegetable grill plate, and that one grill plate that had all the vegetables on there. That one was done, and literally they were just the vegetables were cut up and then just put on the grill, just like that. Boom, just like that. I said, wait a minute. I want vegetables on the grill, and so those were actual pictures of other food. But ah, I love to take pictures of my food. And honestly, I have so many pictures of food I've made, over the years in my phone. And it wasn't even a post. It was just something. Sometimes I would make something and be like, that was a weird combination of things you put together. And but it's so good and it looks so good. Then I was so into like Hell's Kitchen that I was always on trying to present the plate. You know what I mean? Present it the right way, not too much food on the plate, nice and neat. We could see it would bring the colors out in the plate. So I was really into that. Look, no one looking, but I was into that. And during the pandemic, when I thought about like our financials, most of us, I had started making these $20 meals that could feed a family. So I started like getting things, and I would make a picture or take a picture of all the ingredients that I was going to use, and then make the meal, and then take a picture of the meal. And I did that because I was telling myself I was going to start on Facebook, like giving people suggestions and ideas of different meals for like $20 at the most or under 20 to make for their family because it was hard out here for people. We were struggling, and so I just was looking for a way to help each other. Like, you know what I mean? Still eat something that you can enjoy, make some things, using my imagination, but being able to stretch it out and everybody be full. So 'cause sometimes when you're trying to stretch it out, you worry about is everybody does everybody have enough? Do I need to cut one down so one can eat more? Do we have to, so yeah. So that was one of the things I did with food. So I have lots of food pictures, but if I post it, it's definitely something, and it's something within that week. So sometimes I take a picture just about every time I eat, and I might not post it that day, and then I'll just say, oh, in a couple days, oh, why didn't I post that chicken I was eating the other day? It doesn't have to be what I made; it's just what I ate sometimes. Cause I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie, so I love food. Oh, and I love hearing like a new recipe or something. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why is my colleague being deleted? Susan, did we accidentally? Hold on. Mm. Wait, you put the Pyrex bowl in the air fryer? Or you talking about in the oven? Oh, I kid you not. Like I had this one casserole dish. It's almost like that iron skillet, that cast iron skillet you have when you have a good one until you get another one. You will hold on to that thing forever. You're like, this cast iron skillet has been passed on for generations to generations. That's how I, I swear, that's how I was about my this casserole dish I had. Oh, it could go in the oven and cool off. Has a nice lid. You can take it when you're taking a dish. Oh, I love that thing so much. But every time I took it to someone's house and I brought a dish, you would be on it. You know what I mean? You'd be on it like you were Secret Service. Wait, where's that dish at? I noticed it was empty. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out so I can go and grab that, put it in the car before I even leave. I want to put that casserole dish up, and especially with my sister. She was always looking for a way to try to take it. She'd ask me to make a dish and then say, and put it in that casserole. So I could take it. That's another thing I can't wait to get new. That's the only good thing. But because I'm gonna be in an apartment, it won't be the great ones like I want, but just to get new um, pots and pans and that kind of stuff. I'm just ready. I'm ready. Yeah, when you're ready for something, that's all you can think about. It's all you can feel. It's all you can see. You'll think about something. Somebody say, "Hey, Danny, can you?" My buddy was saying, "Oh, I need to go and get this card. I might be getting it from Georgia. This truck. I'm gonna get it from Georgia for this business I'm gonna start." And I was thinking, I'm gonna have to drive it back, and it's a couple of days. And I was like, "Oh, I'll ride with you." You know what I mean? For a couple of days, go out there, turn right back around. I'll ride with, fly out there, turn back around, drive back. Yeah, I'll go out there with you. And as soon as I said it, my mind said, "Oh, Danny, one of the reasons you haven't traveled now is because to put an expense like traveling on top of, not having, a place where you're on an exact budget. This is exactly what I'm spending for this, and this. I just feel like I'm wasting money. I already feel, sometimes we'll feel like we're wasting money, but if it serves the purpose of which, like keeping a roof over your head or whatever it's supposed to do, you're not wasting anything. But I said, but then something went right through my head as soon as I thought, you can't do that. Then I said, when she goes get this truck, you'll have a place. It just, you have to feel it. Sometimes I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I am coming up on a 1 year anniversary since I made the big change of my life. And that's real talk. Do it mean I'm perfect? Please, I've never even shooting for perfection. I don't believe in perfection. I'm waiting for a little piece. And to grab a little bit of that feels good enough. To not feel like, like I said, everything you touch turn to mud. To not feel like worthless. To not feel, just bad. And then shit, this day is when I feel like people want to see you there anyway. You know, they ain't gonna stop till you there. But like I said, I got more time behind me than in front of me. So if there's anything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that what you're hearing is my bond. This is my word. These things coming out my mouth. I'm not saying them for fun. I definitely didn't come on here. Hey y'all, I'm perfect. I got all the answers. I don't stress. I ain't worried. I said, no, I told you I got all the D's. I got mental issues. I done fucked up more than I done did right. But I'm just in a path of learning from everything I've done, everything I've been through, everything I've seen, everything been done to me. That's all you getting. Shit, I told you, parenting, please. Screwed up left, right, and sideways. I had a lot of growing up doing a lot of things to get under control in my own self. And the truth of the matter is, even in my worst, I was giving the best I could give. It's that simple. Can't nobody come tell this here story about me but me. They gonna tell it from their eyes, and it's not gonna make sense. It's gonna have little gappers because it's gonna be a hell of a lot of shit missing. Just like if I tell somebody else's story. Baby doll, what's up, sis? How you doing? How you doing? I had to come off the camera. My eye was bothering me. So now it's a little irky, but I had to come in so I can see you. Hey, sis, how you doing? Oh. And then I kid y'all not, when my eye is bothering me, it's lower. So I mean, it's just things you gotta get used to. So sometimes I have to get used to that one. Sometimes one eye is open all the way and one's kind of closed. So sometimes I just lower my other eye so it can be half as closed as the other eye. It's okay. And then another thing is, I just told myself, hey, whenever you're smoking and you smoke some weed, your eyes gonna look lower anyway. So I just have that look. We could call it Cheech and Chong in it, and maybe that's how people would see it. But at first, I was ashamed. Like, man, I feel like my eye is off. I feel like Quasimodo. You know what I mean? I feel like one eye is closed, one eye is open. I feel like sometimes I have to see. As soon as I turn it on, my eye just starts tearing up. And the worst part I told you is like sinuses. So if my eye starts tearing, I don't know if you all can see it what or not. But if my eye starts tearing up, the next thing it makes you feel like your nose is running. It's like a whole sinus issue. But and I can hear Susan saying, put your sunglasses on. I can hear. I can hear her, you guys. I don't know why. Susan, were you thinking it? Because I swear I just literally heard you saying it. Susan said that to me about 5 months ago. She said, yeah, it seemed like your eye was bothering you. Put those sunglasses on. That's what they're for. So I heard the love in the room, so I said, let me go on and put them on. Let me go on and put them on because my eyes are definitely tearing up. But yeah, hey, my baby dog. Let me see what you're saying, sis. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the air fryer. I did. Oh, I applied for SSI. Yeah, that's what I told y'all. It was no option. At first I was like, no, Then about a year ago, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and apply for SSI. Because if I get a job, I'm making myself look bad to a company because if I come in and I'm telling you, oh, this morning I'm having a bad idea, I can't come in, then you're needed. When you work for somebody or work with somebody or work with a team, whenever they put you on the schedule, that's what they need you to be. So if you can't, so I'm like, I can't do that. So when I went and Social Security was like, oh, you have to have your disability for over a year. I thought, so then you just suffer. But luckily I still was getting unemployment. I was getting unemployment to the end of last year. And so I was still getting unemployment. So I was like, oh, whatever, I just wait out. But then when I started getting toward the time, I was like, you know what, just forget it. I'll just work. I'll find a job. I'll do this. I'll make it work. But finally, I just came to a place and said, Danny, you have to go ahead and apply for SSI. I mean, and then when I went to the doctor, when I went to my last visit to the doctor, and he told me that the keratoma in my other eye, because like I said, when I was diagnosed, This, my right eye was just to a point where, in my left eye was just to a point where it wasn't bad. And like he said, hey, it could not get bad for the rest of your life, and we never have to deal with it. But because for over a year it's been straining with this eye and dealing with this eye, it's gotten worse in my other eye. So even when he said, well, I can't take surgery off the table, I said, did he say he can't take surgery off the table? I'm going into 2 years in August on this eye, and it still isn't healed. It's still my body, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I want to let you in, but I'm scared of you. My body, my transplant taught me just how it is to change. My body has been rejecting this eye because it would rather have the bad eye, because it's the eye it knows, than it would take this new, beautiful eye, this beautiful cornea that won't cause me problems. My body is still like, wait, I don't trust you. I don't trust that you're better. I don't trust that this is gonna work. I kid you not. Hey, AAA, hey sis. And so my body is still rejected. So then when I think about trying to take another one in the other eye, I'm not claiming it. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all right now. I got a lot of growing to do. But honestly, right now, if he told me I had to have the surgery in my other eye, I would refuse it. Right now, I mentally couldn't take it. It would be a complete setback. My other eye, oh man. But every time I take my vision test, when I come in about my eye, I've been 3 times since I've been back. My my left eye has gotten worse with being able to see it. It's so funny that now you close this eye, I feel like it's fine. But when it comes to reading things, it has just gotten worse on being able to see. So, mm. But I definitely applied for the SSI. I definitely did. But that's a process. It's not like you apply and tomorrow they're like, you know what? You have been suffering for a year and a half. You have worked for many a years and you have money put into your SSI. It don't work like that. I wish. I wish it should. It should. But it doesn't. I think sometimes they be hoping, especially for somebody like me, like if we stall out a little bit, it probably get better. She won't need it. She won't need it anymore. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, and the phone will ring only when you're doing something. Just like when you get on the phone, suddenly your phone ring, you like, I've been sitting here all day. I done called people, they were booked and busy, they didn't answer the phone. Now as soon as I get on the phone, here go my phone ringing up a storm. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, you know what? I do need to get on that more. Like I said, I cannot get into my own place fast enough because I can definitely make my regimens right now in my routine and everything else. It's my routine for here. And there's some parts that are just in my routine in life, but right now it's just my routine for here. But I just can't wait to just like Whitney Houston at the end of Waiting Exhale. I just can't wait to breathe. I can't wait to release. I cannot wait to. Uh, yeah. It's just because you're just packing so much on top of so much, and say, it's like a storage. But that storage is you. You are the storage, and it's all this stuff. And it's just like, okay, I'm in tunnel vision. I have to stay in a focus because if I take time to slip, get caught up in anything, I backtrack. I miss out every time. I have missed out on things I was supposed to do or whatever. In this process, it's been on those weeks when it's heavy. And it's so heavy that I mentally cannot stay focused, stay afloat, do what I'm really supposed to do. You know what I mean? And then it's a setback. And then so when you're on a clock and you have something to do, you don't have time for setbacks. You just don't. But it comes, part of life. So I'm not lying. It's a part of life. I look into that. I really will look into that. I mean, with my senator, I don't know, more so I can tell you about the process before, because I did actually, when I applied for disability, how you hear about different things. This organization was telling me about applying for like a low income housing on the fact of getting disability, but they're more, if you get disability, they'll help in that area. But then I said, I don't want to take away from someone else. You know how you're always thinking, like, if I can and I can afford something, I don't want to take away from someone else. And then, but you be thinking, but you need help too. I don't know. So, but I did apply for that. I did apply for that, just in case. But that was more so just something I applied for. That's not what I've used at one point. Looking, it's so expensive out here, but I'm blessed I can still do it. But yeah, I'll look into that. I definitely will. My nephew actually was working for the senator for a while. I know he definitely was during college. I don't know if he still is. But yeah, guys, I have a few trivia questions too. Sorry, I'm sitting so close to this air conditioner. When I just turned it on for that air, I was like, wait a minute, let me turn this off. I'm end up with a full cold right here. I mean, I'm like, oh, it's like it's blowing dead in my ear. Thank you, baby doll. Baby doll always has knowledge and is always helpful. I will say that. I will always get that to you, baby doll. You said that the first time we sat on that panel together and you were talking about what you do and how you want to help and what you do for black women, and you know what I mean. And so I see that is a part of you, and it's a beautiful part of you, sis. How you been feeling though? How was your week, baby? Doll? Rimrock, what's up, bro? King's in the building. How you doing, bro? Samantha, hey sis. Hey sis. Look, I said, hey sis. Siri said, how can I help you? I'm glad she answering the sis. Cause sometimes I'm calling her straight. Yeah. Yeah. And that's up, I kid you all not. Um, I had a buddy. We were going to the school. We had applied for the student loan. No joke. I'm born in California. California birth certificate is nothing like Illinois. You know what I'm saying? My social don't start nothing like any Illinois numbers. So it's always some headache or some pain. But I've literally went to, so at this time going to the school, they are denying my birth certificate. Like, oh well, this isn't like ours. Well, it's telling you it come from California, and this is what California is sending out of state to me, and this is what I have. And it's attached with a whole letter telling them. So this lady keep telling me, oh well, some of the fake things, information we done got, been California, not Kawinky name. The fake birth certificates you were getting at this time were from California. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, people is faking birth certificates to go to school? That ought to tell you something about our country. Like, school should be free, just in my opinion. But anyway, let me go on to what I was saying. So I had a buddy who had forget what you call it. She was in the process. So she had it, but she still had to do her citizenship or something. It was something. It was like something she still had to do. But she ended up getting no wrong. She got all her papers. But at the time, she had things she still hadn't done, and they were treating me. I was like, wait, you all are treating me like I just came from planet XRT. And I'm trying to get all up in some earth shit and get all the earth money and all, you know what I mean? I'm like, what is going on? But I mean, it happens. It happens. It's part of the process. But sometimes I feel like it also happens to get us to just be like, man, just bump it, bump it. Don't take care of my eye. Bump it. Don't help me get into housing. Bump it. Don't. And then sometimes people are struggling because they need it. Even if you didn't need the financial part, you need the extra assistance. You need the things that were there. I needed you know what I mean? Because they were telling me that this one building for the low income, for like people with disability, low income disability building that they were telling me about going to. I mean, they had them everywhere, all over my city, all over. But they were saying they had features there, like there was an automatic transportation service there for you. So if you needed to go run somewhere, it would take you. And if it was like you needed to go to the grocery store or whatever, you could book it the day. And I thought that was a perk, that would be just a helper, you know what I mean? But then I said, oh, it kind of made me feel like I was in my retirement stage or something. But I am, because I told you all before the pandemic, 2 years before the pandemic, I truly became an independent contractor in anything I do. I don't work for anyone else like that, ever. That'll never be my thing again, ever. Ever. If I can't make businesses for somebody, then I make one that's just for myself. But I definitely, hey, Trick Mama. Hey, sis. You can buy anything. I mean, Susan, I'm starting to think. I'm like, dang, if it's just, I mean, I wish it was. I need to get into the, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to say that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Rimrock. What's that heat like out there with you? I know in your last live, you were out in the morning. I'm like, it's like 8 in the morning. He's saying it's hot. I always know it's a hot day. When at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, like it's like 82. You're like, oh, no, no. No, because the first time I went to Houston, it would be days you'd wake up in the morning. I'd be sitting in the garage because everybody garage kicking it out there. I'd be sitting in the garage, and at 7 in the morning, to me, it felt good. You know what I mean? It would be a little cool. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, this gonna be a kind of nice day. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of cool right now. 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. It's a little cool. It's gonna be a nice one. Please, by 10, it be. And this was in October. I'm like, wait. How's it 80 something degrees in October? And this morning it was like 68. Y'all throwing me out here in Texas, because in my city it probably been about 74. I don't know, because in Chicago the same day we have a blizzard, we can have a heat wave in the same day. Just something about the city. It does what it wants to do. Okay. Look at you dropping knowledge to me, sis. I definitely looks into it. You know what I mean? Thank you, yeah. Because I'm telling you, I plan to be a brand. Like I plan to do things so it wouldn't be a lie. And I really want to be one of those people like who was that? I've heard different content creators before say like, yeah, I pay my minds. I think you should. Especially if you end up being, you big. You big. They gotta come in here and deal with every coop, root, juke, cray, enemy, stalker, troll. They have to deal with all of that. They also have to deal with every enemy in yours suddenly making them their enemy because they are your mind. I don't know. So I mean, a lot comes with it. And even if the chat is cool, it still works. It's not like just sitting here doing nothing. So I think as you grow, but listen, finally, I think you should definitely be paying them in their roses and respecting and acknowledging them and appreciate them. You know, in my opinion. In my opinion, 'cause I definitely do. I definitely do. What'd you say, Trick Mama? Oh, you talking to that? Hmm. Yeah, enjoy it. I mean, I'll take a cool. Like I said, my favorite weather is like 72 to 77. Like that is like my favorite weather. And a nice night where it's like at night it's like 78, 79, just beautiful. It's so beautiful where you can put on a damn little sweater like this and just be cool, or you can have on short sleeves but be cool and not, you know what I mean? The wind blows and it makes the chimes go like, it's something about it. I love that weather. You start putting me at 100, and I'm starting to leave. I'm like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here. You telling me, oh, it was 110. I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere near you. Like, I'm getting hot thinking about it. I'm having hot flashes thinking about it. I'm sweating and I'm miserable thinking, and then when it gets hot like that, I'm like, why don't I have a pool? I need a pool in my life. Is it me or do you need a pool too? That's when I need to be a pool. That's when I become a dolphin. I need water around me at all times. Yeah, but see, the one thing I've learned when you live in any of those things, just like anytime I've been to Texas, Florida, Georgia, everybody got central air. I mean, when I tell you everything you walk in is freezing cold. So yeah, you'll be in your house cooking 700 meals. You don't have the oven on for 12 hours straight, and it's still not as hot in your house as it is outside. Cause boy, now you can't be in the house on 105 day using box fans talking about something I'm about to cook for the week. You a fool if you do. Cause your just like it take forever to heat it up. Let that furnace go out or something for a couple of days in the butt of the winter. Man, you heating that house up and feel like you heating it up inch by inch. Like I can smell the heat running. I can smell that the furnace is working. But I don't feel nothing. So now you done shot this thing up to 110 degrees in your house. And when it finally kick in, now you got to shake it back down because you done got the house up to a billion. Or maybe that just happened to me. I don't know. I don't know. People used to be in my house turning the heat up to 90 degrees. I said, do y'all know how much this shit costs? It's a killer. That's why even when I'm in here, I have to tell myself, Danny, you can't be sitting there taking no 60-hour shower because when you paying them bills, you learn to be like, well, I got all them lights. Sometimes I got all the lights on in here because the way the lights are set in the hotel room, it's never bright. It's like, here's some light for right here where you at. Here's some light for right here, but then it's dark next to it. It's dim. So I just told sometimes I have them all on. But I'm not running no lights all over now and I pay the light bill. I'm not just running them for fun. Running an air conditioner all day long for fun. Oh, please. Who paying the bills? Who paying the bills? See, you can do that. And you see, if I had a 1 bedroom, like when I get my place, I get a 1 bedroom apartment. If it don't have central air in it, all I need is air conditioner in the room I'm in. Or if it's a ceiling for sound. Now, so if one room has a ceiling fan, then you can make box airs and you'll know how to make it. You know what I mean? Because it's a smaller area to do. Hey, make sure them windows is covered up completely. I don't care if you got to put comforters on the inside, on the other side of to block out that sun. You know what I mean? You got to know how to make it. But like I said, you get into oh, I told man, I ran 1 year. I had like 4 air conditioners plugged in and running. We talking, I'm telling y'all, we talking light bills, unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. I've had water bills that you get and be like, what y'all doing about 3 a month on water? This is water. The bills was costing more than the 1,400 I was paying in the rent. I'm telling you, them bills was kicking ass and taking names too. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And you better not let none of that stuff get cut off because then they're gonna be like, here go a $200 reconnection fee on top. Oh no, no, no. This is not something I could do. You can get me to the borderline and I still ain't gonna let the shit get cut off. Like, ooh, it's time to just get serious with them now, y'all. Because I used to do the gas company like that. Like I catch them in April. You know what I'm saying? Right in March. I catch them at the end of March around my son's birthday. Because they gonna cut you in April. And I'm like, nah, but letting that shit stack up was stupid because then you giving them $600-700 at one time. That's a lot of money. No, no, no. I'd rather pay you monthly, even in the winter. I'd rather keep paying you monthly. But I've done it. I mean, to survive it, some people won't do anything. So shit, I'm not ashamed on how I survive. Cause I ain't put my foot in nobody's neck to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't sit around and ride somebody else's back and think that they were supposed to come pick up my slack where I couldn't even pick it up. I heard that. I heard that. And see, trick mama. Even like you said, you're in a one bedroom, right? Like even when it comes to me right now, I am. But I am never again running 4, 5 air conditioners and paying no hell to the no. We'd have to do central air. Like we'd have to. It's just it was too much. And it was too hard on one to do it. But I don't know, I'm running. If it gotta cool me down, because I can't be hot. I cannot be hot. I'd rather be cold and under the covers than to be hot. I cannot be hot. I cannot be hot. I get too hot, my nose gonna bleed. I get too hot, I'm gonna have hot flashes, and then I'm going to also have night sweats. If I get hot in my sleep, I'm literally going to sweat the bed out. Like I'm going to have a terrible night sweat. Like I can't be hot like that. My body just don't function well like that. Like mm-mm, mm-mm. So if that was the case, yeah, I'd be running it all night long. I sure would. And cold rooms keep germs out, so I definitely keep it cold. So trust me, I'm with it, sis. But running for the whole house and everybody else, and they running it while they out of houses and trying to keep a room cool while they gone. Oh hell to no, never again in my life. Never again in my life. Yeah, them reconnect. It's like if somebody couldn't afford to pay it, how the hell you put this $200 reconnection fee on if they do it? Yeah, like I said, I would, but no, when I was running, I'm talking about when I was running them several units, sis. Oh, hell no. And I remember at one point, I had an air conditioner in my room, and my older son said to me, how come you get to have an air conditioner and everybody else can't? This don't, I mean, this self explanatory. Right, I got to put it in the comment space. I got to put an air conditioner. So mine was in the front. And I'm like, hey, you're going to have to put a something up to block the air in. I don't know what to tell you, but we can't. And then all the windows couldn't even take air conditioning. Because some was small and narrow in those rooms. It was just like, I mean, but hey, it still was too expensive. Them air conditioners be eating us out of your, oh my goodness. They light your light bill on fire. Yeah, kicking them when they're down. Exactly. It is, Colleen. I'd rather be too cold. Let me tell you something. I would rather be freezing, and then I could jump up under the cover. I can put on pajamas. I could sleep in pajamas. Or some people like sleep naked. Some people sleep in less. Whatever. But I'd rather be cold. I'd rather have to warm up. It's easy for me to warm up because once my body overheats, it takes a lot to cool it down. And then if I try to cool it down and I'm sweating, then it'll start making me feel sick because your pores are all open. And I'm just like, no, 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 no. I can't be hot. Oh, I cannot stand a hot mug. You ever had a storm in the summer and the power go out? And this is the hottest ever. It's like you can't shake air. Y'all remember we just had that little tornado drill thing here, and we had the power out for a couple of hours. When I tell you the room went from cold, and it was only like 88 degrees or something. It wasn't even hot like that. When I tell you all this power went out for a couple of hours, this room became a sauna to me instantly. So I went outside because there was a bunch of people that was in here that were outside. And then I had the door open in the room, like just lit something from the hall, but it was just muggy. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep. When I heard that everything just started trickling back on, I said, oh, I can go to sleep because I wouldn't have been asleep. I would have been up all night. I can't sleep in heat at all. I just don't. I tell people maybe it's because I was born in November. I'm a winter baby. I don't know. But then I was born in California. I don't know. I just don't like heat like that. Like, oh no. Like my buddy was so excited to get to Florida in this heat. Now she out there. So no, 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 no. I'm never excited to get to heat like that. My brother in Arizona, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how you do it, bro, bro. I don't know how you do it, bro. Mm. I know that's. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about them little radiators. Remember when you was young, the best radiators would have burnt your house down. You better not have had it next to anything. So I treat all radiators like that. I don't care. These newer ones that they If they think they too close to something, if they fall, if they anything, they will shut off, which is a great component. But some of the best radio, I mean, they be about this big. Y'all ain't kidding. They be about this big, and don't have one of them white ones. You know what I mean? Ooh, it was like when you go into a crib. We used to call them like project radiators or project heat. Terrible thing to say, but hey, just being honest, what we say. But people, you go in there, they had them little radiators in their crib. Oh, you already know. Oh, it gets heated up in here. I know, I know y'all opening windows in the winter because it's so hot up in here. You already know them good radiators, boy. But them little, I'm talking about them little space heaters you have. Ooh, we warm your whole room up. Sometimes I had such a good heater when I was younger that I turn the heat on and have a box fan on the other side of the room. It's the butt of winter, but I'm like, man, I love a good heater, Trick Mom. But that will save you some money. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, and that's what I love. I just want that amount of space that is good enough for you and you have enough room, But when you have like other people and you're living amongst several people, you need to have room for everybody to have their own space. And that doesn't sometimes mean a bedroom. Sometimes the bedroom is where you can have your own private space, but you have to have a place to have like your own private space. But when it's small, it's just easy to keep up. It's easy to maintain. It's easy. It's easier, just a lot to do a lot. Yeah, I do. I do. I'm one of those people who either I'm gonna have my window open, a fan going, or a ceiling fan running all year round. All year round. I really am. I'm one of those people. I am. I'm the type of person that in the winter I have the heat on in the car and my window cracked. I'm that person. I'm sorry. And those are reasons like why if like I'm going somewhere and people are like, oh, we all gonna stay together. I'm always like, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna get my own because I know there's things I'm gonna do that truly everybody might not like. Everybody's not gonna like cool air in a room or in a place. Some people don't like that. Some people, my sister, is always cold. She's anemic. She's always cold, so she's always gonna want heat on, and that heat's gonna usually, be just how she feels about cold air to somebody else. So I'm like, oh no, I gotta have cool. I have to be cool. My body overheats on its own, so I'm good on that. Yep, I have to have that fan on. My mom has a ceiling fan. Next time I'm out there, I'll take a picture of it. And so the fan looks like leaves, like big leaves. But when that ceiling fan goes on high, it feels like an air conditioner. Like it's a great fan. I'm like, I must have one of those ceiling fans. Of course, it has to be in my home, not in some, but I must have one of those ceiling fans in my life. And it's right over her bed. Like in my life is that ceiling fan. She cut it off. Yeah, yeah, I promise you because if you cut off that fan, and I'm like my boyfriend, he was like that. He said, "Oh, you always wanted to be cold, and you always." And I say, "I meet you in the middle. I could meet you in the middle. I could run it. I could not. So what I would do is I tell him when I fall asleep, you go ahead and cut it off. But you're gonna have to cut it back on because it's just gonna be a part of me. As soon as this room warms up, I'm gonna wake up automatically. So there would be some times when he try to keep it up. I would. I sleep in another room if I have to because it's gonna be nice. I cannot, especially in the summer. In the winter, it's easier for me to just say I'm gonna turn this fan on, and then I've even got little fans, the real small ones, where if I wanted to just turn that on. It really only affected me, but I needed it. Like I need this fan in my face. I need this air blowing on me. I need to feel it. But yeah, I thought it was just me. Sometimes when you hear other people like, "Oh, good," because I really thought like, who does this? Who turns a fan on in the winter? So I always love when I hear people like that. I'm really hot like that too myself. So just like people when they're anemic, they're really cold. I believe this. I don't even think it has a name or anything, but I just believe there's truly people who are always hot. And I'm one of those people. I'm usually hot. So as I've gotten older, I get more cold. But there was times I didn't even wear coats in the winter. Like I didn't. Well, I had a car and all, but I just didn't even get a coat. It was just like I feel too hot. I cannot drive in a coat at all. There's no way I will. It could be 20 below zero. I'm gonna unzip and take off this coat before I sit down because I don't like that feeling of your seatbelt and yeah, I can't drive in a coat at all. Don't get on me, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me now. Hold on. But yeah, I definitely have to let me send this text. Sorry, guys, I had to send that text because I just realized it was almost 10:30, and I don't like sending anything that you're trying to tell somebody too late because then sometimes people don't even see that till the morning. So it's like you don't send it out all late, and they didn't even get it until the morning, and that was when you needed them to see. And then you be like, "Wait a minute, didn't you get that last night?" They be like, "You talking about the text you sent at 1 in the morning?" You ever been that person? I'm that person. Be sitting there at 2 in the morning watching TV. Be like, "Oh, I had to tell my sister about this movie." Send her a text at 2 in the morning. Then she hit you in the morning like, what in the hell was you talking to me about Alf at 2 in the morning? But huh? Because I was watching it. And I I was watching it, I ain't want to forget. So what I started doing with some people is I send the whole text, but never push send. Because I'm like, it's late at night. But that way when I go to see their name or go to text them good morning or whatever it is, because sometimes this is to anybody who is in my phone log. This is to my friends in the world, anybody I meet on here, and you have my actual phone number. In my heart, every morning I say good morning. And sometimes it's my full intention to get up and be like Reverend Ron. Remember when he used to have his little thing with his Blackberry and he hit everybody in the morning with just little, inspirational thing and a good morning every morning. And in my heart, I want to do that. But some days I get up in the morning and I'm up but not up. Some days I get on here and when I tunnel vision myself to actually think past the pain, actually feel the real things I feel when I'm in my up, not in my low, not in my down, you know what I mean? And that's where I'm at. So in my mind, y'all, I truly do. I was like, good morning, good morning, good morning. Every morning I'm saying that to everybody. Good morning, Colleen with a guy. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning. Triple A. I'm just every morning I want to say it. I had to think about that because sometimes I'm like, I feel, I'm never one to go off on people about communication because I know that in my heart of hearts, I can be a better communicator, but I'm really doing the best I can. Because I wish that every day, you know what I mean? I don't know. And so I was just thinking about that, people, because some people be like, oh, so you talked to them last week, huh? But not me. He'd be like, trust me, that's not how it felt. Like it was not like I was in like any meeny miny mo calling him and bump that hoe. Now I wasn't doing that. I wasn't dodging one. Once again, like I said on here, we gotta remember that everything isn't what but I used to think that, oh, they doing that because they want to make me mad. Oh, they doing that because they want to do this. They doing that. That's just how you feel. But and that you can't take from somebody how they feel, but that don't mean that's what the person was doing. I'm like, wait a minute, I just had these comments up. You see, that's what you're saying, Tricky. Oh, it's the worst when it goes out in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Oh, I swear the last place I lived, and to me the power was just in the trickles of rain was when I was on Austin and Oak Park. I kid you not. I feel like our power would be off and everybody else would be on. You know what I mean? But the smallest storm, but this wasn't even no bad storm, and the power went out. And I told you, it got me to a place where if it starts raining, Danny is charging all devices. I'm charging my devices. Then that way, no matter even the power, I can still play the game. I can still be on the computer. I can still, I can still, you know what I mean, be on my phone. I can still watch Netflix. I can still, you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm definitely charging a device. A generator, yeah. Really, you don't like the fan blowing on you, Susan? Now, I will say that since my surgery and with my eyes, I think my eyes are more sensitive to everything. So I've noticed with fans, if you don't completely keep them dusted at all time, there's always particles just shooting off of them, just in the air, like floating in the air. Like I noticed that more with the eye than I ever noticed it before. And guys, I'm really thinking that the trivia questions I have for today, we're gonna do them tomorrow, like a lunchtime trivia. I think that's what we'll do with the trivia questions because I've just been enjoying talking to you guys. So I'm like, you know what? I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. And I've just been enjoying sitting here talking. And I'm so surprised because especially with the people in the air conditioner being cold, because most people don't even use it like that and say like, oh, I'd rather be cold because I'd rather be cold. I really would. I'd rather be cold. Even when we have like the winter vortex in Chicago, don't get me wrong, I can't stand it. I just think, how can it be that cold outside? Like for real, like it's just way too cold. But even with that, I always think no matter how cold it is, you can bundle up enough to be warm, as warm as you can be. You know what I mean? But when it's really hot, there's nothing you can do. You can get butt stanking naked and still be burning up, just burning up. You walk from the door to the mailbox and be about to faint. It's so hot, it's about to kill me. Oh no, 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 no! I just like I told you, I get way too hot. My nose gonna start bleeding. I just don't like heat like that. Now you know one of the things I used to do all the time with Trick Mama with a box fan. Now this came from when I didn't have air conditioning. When you mean you take the front of the box fan off, and when it blows, like have a spray bottle from behind, like squirt it. But if I'm really hot and like the air in the home isn't enough quality to keep me cool, I am a big component of taking a shower and then just laying towels on my bed and drying in the air because nothing feels better than the water drying with the fan. It's like an air conditioner going through my body. Like I'm going to find a way to cool off. And then I told you all, I had my last, I had my, because I had my first ovary taken out before I was 15 years old. And when I had my second one taken out before I'm 21 years old, um, as I'm turning 21, we might as well put it in the same year. But in that year, having to go, I started hot flashes, and that's nothing fun. I mean, sweating in your hair, and like I said, whenever I have night sweats, it's when I hate it the worst because it takes my body a while to cool itself back down. I'm gonna wake up. I mean, just sweating. You got to change your whole bed sheets. You have to everything. I mean, hair soaking wet. Yeah, just anyone who has like that type of night sweats, trust me, it's nothing fun. Nothing fun. So when I think of being hot and it triggering it, or yeah. Mm. Thanks, Triple A. Yeah. Yeah, because we are all, that's it. Really on here, even when you seeing like people what we call the bad, the doing the wrong, them defense mechanisms. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're used to fighting, all you do is fight. And some people don't even realize that they part of it. When you, everywhere you go, you fight. If everywhere you go and you get into it, you part of that. That's you. That's you. Even if everybody else you name and is part of it, you part of it too. You know, you part of that little squad of them. But now, most of us just want to chill. We just cool and just, you know what I mean? Just have life. We can relate to each other about things, talk to each other. Most of us just lay back and cool. So that's all we want to do is be chill. Oh, see, you had the complete one. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. So, it'll trick your body. I mean, because, you start, you aren't producing the hormones like you should. And, 21 years earlier. It's not like I lost it at 31, and I was in a different place. My body was still young. And so also it messes when you already have mental things, your hormones being out mess with your mental. So when we think about hormones, we think about being horny, but it's way more than that to your hormones. Your hormones help adjust your, you know what I mean? Your moods, you know, they up, man. A hormonal imbalance, please. It's part of postpartum when you think about it. Like your hormones being off. And then here's the thing, you can have things going on with your brain, things going on with your hormones, all these things that can help to cause you to act away. And this is how much the world is the world. People don't care. There's no excuse. There's no line that says, "Hey, it's okay that that's going on," and I understand that it's not even you. You just got to keep on moving. Don't stop. No, you just got to keep on going. They don't say, "Oh, wait, you got cancer." Oh, hold on. Let me slow down and be a little nicer. Let me give you an extra. No, they don't. That's not what this world do. And the moment you think you do, you'll spend years bitching and moaning about it. You'll spend years letting it beat you up. I promise you, I know. I know. I'm just saying my drink more. Oh God, the menopause. And started sweating. Yeah, come out to see the shower. You taking a warm shower. That used to trick my body so much that what I had to start doing, trick mama, was taking a shower only with the door open. I could not take the shower with the door open. To this day, like I was cutting my hair the other day. My son was sleeping. He asked me like, would I close the door so it can, kind of quiet the noise down? And I told him I'm gonna do it for a few minutes because I can't. Because if I close that door and I'm doing something like that, I am going to start sweating. Like I said, it's gonna be in my head. Can't cut your hair if it's sweating. I can't. I mean, my body's gonna just start sweating. I'm not a sweaty person. I don't sweat like that. I don't perspire like that. But this menopause has caused my body to sweat in a way like I have never sweated in my life. I'm one of them people that you can get it on, and for it's gonna take a long time of it for me to just start that kind of sweating because I don't sweat like that. With that menopause, it's a whole different what it does mentally though. Nobody talks about it, I think, when it comes to menopause. And I think that what made me notice it the most was how young it hit me. So it would be older women that would tell me like, "You're not in menopause," and I tell them, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but yes, I am." That's how some people make up. And the thing is, I've been in it way earlier than my body should have been in it. You know what I mean? But who makes that up? I just got menopause. Why? Why? So Susan, you know too, when you start having it young, your body like, wait, what's going on? What is going on? What do we do? Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And that's one of the things I think about when my hair fell out from stress. When I cut my hair, one of the biggest reliefs I had was feeling cooler. Because see, when you have like, if I had hair, complete hair, even with the braids, oh, I couldn't have heads of braids and stuff like that, and crochets in my hair with all that hair, and there's no breathing spot. Because then I'm hotter all the time, and I'm sweating in my head all the time. But yeah, some days I'm like, "Ugh, I can wear any hairstyle I want because I pull it up and my whole head is out. Like I don't miss that. Anything that tricks those hot flashes, you could have them. I try to find out what does. Now, something I would also do, Trick Mama, and anybody else, and this may sound silly, but if the hot flashes were too bad or my body got hot, you know how you have a foot spa? I would put ice water in it. And it may seem weird, but for some reason, because some of my hot flashes would literally, they would usually start from my head up, but sometimes it would start from my feet up. But usually it would start in my head. I could feel it up, like, oh, and it's just going. It's just going through my body and it's taking over me. And Avon, I'm not going to stop telling you all this, had a product this lady gave me, and you would spray it on your wrist when you was having a hot flash. And it's like a little cooling feeling. You could put it on your wrist behind your ear and it was like this cooling feeling, but it wouldn't like completely take you out of it. But that was like the only thing product I had that worked. But no, I would literally put ice and water in a foot spa. hmm And on a really hot summer day, and I know they might come a lot at night, I'd already have it ready. So sometimes it wouldn't be as cold when you might end up using it, but it was still cool water. You know what I mean? It was still cool water. But that would work for me because I'm like, I can't be hot like this. I have to cool this whole body down. So that's one of the things with people I'm not willing to compromise. Because I'm like, okay, if I keep compromising that for you, I'm going to be completely uncomfortable. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, the emotional things. He was like, I didn't know I could be this emotional. This is cray cray. Like they didn't tell us about what menopause was gonna do to you. And I'm young. I'm 42 now. I'm at an age where I wouldn't even be in menopause yet. You know what I mean? And I had been in it for almost 20 years. Could you imagine? Well, I know some of you can because Susan said she had hers at 21. You were a granny at 39. Let's see. Yeah, I was a granny at 41. We still young. We still young. hmm Yeah, you're grown into it, and they try to tell you like, "Oh, it's gonna be gradual. Oh, it's gonna be." No, it seemed like it just was like, phew, like it was a metro train. It was just phew, flying through. Uh, oh, see, look, we done talked about it. I have a night sweat. Ain't had one. Cause you know you talk it up just like you talk up people. You be like, yeah, and his old dusty butt, and I couldn't stand him, and he was this, and then you run into him in the store and say, "How to talk this mofo up?" Cause see, it's not that you really talked them up. They probably been around before and you didn't notice them. Cause when you not noticing something, they could be right in your face and you don't notice it. He done walked past you 80 times in that same store, you ain't noticed him. But you was talking about him with your homie yesterday, and now today you walk in the store and there he go, and you like, that's the first thing I noticed was him. Okay. Yeah, that is something else. Anybody seen Paranormal Witch? She was on my mind today. If you see it, tell her I said hey, because I know if I see her, I'm saying hey, 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 sis. I know last time she was on, she wasn't feeling well, her and her son. So I hope they've gotten better. But she was just on my mind. So you know, one thing in this here sisterhood, you think of one of the sisters, so pray for one of the sisters. You know what I mean? Send out a hello to somebody about one of the sisters, just so they know you was thinking about them. And so that's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. But yeah, like I said, I had planned on coming on here today. I said I could come on for about an hour. I've been on almost an hour and a half. But I definitely, it's Sunday night. We had to come in and get some good talk and some good laugh. And now I done found out about macaroni and cheese in the air fryer. I'm excited about that. And we done found out about the food. We done talked about our cooling off mechanisms. And like I said, just hearing them, I'm like, oh, people who understand. Mm. Oh, so in reality, you said in 2007. So in reality, it's really like it's still new. Hold on one second. What up, brother? Nothing. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sure you are. Nothing. Sitting here doing my live. Sitting here doing my live. Yeah, I'm up. I said, yeah, I'm up. I'm just doing this live. All right. Yeah. But yeah, even talking about sorry about that, guys. But like even talking about the menopause, you sometimes you want to hold these conversations, but it's weird because it's like you only hold them if something happens, like so something happened and how you relate. So for example, I was working, one of my coworkers, this is when I was working at Nordstrom's, one of my coworkers, now mind y'all, I'm working here, I'm not even 30 yet. So one of the ladies who works, she's older than us. And she started talking about going into menopause. She's like, "Oh, I'm going into premenopause." I'm like, I think she was like 47, 40. And I'm thinking, I thought that was around the time, because that seems so old to me. Now I'm 42. And, but she's like, she was having premenopause and she had went to her doctor and was talking to him about her sleeping, her, these hot flashes, just all these different things going on with her body. And, that she had, her cycle had stopped her like maybe 2 years earlier or something like that, and that she was kind of young for menopause. And I said, huh. I said, that's funny your doctor told you that because my doctor swore to me that my body had enough hormones in it to not start shooting into menopause early, and it did, and quickly started doing it. And she just really started arguing with me dad, like, oh no, girl, that's not menopause what you have. What you have is called like she was a doctor. I said, girl, no, I'm telling you, everything you're going through. And then that next year one, we was talking about something like we got into depth about it. And she said, girl, I did not believe you were in menopause. And you're so young. But I am. And so it'll throw some things. Like I said, it definitely was a big shift in the hormonal imbalance that nobody talks about. But think of how long it took us to start talking about postpartum and realizing that it was real. That it was real. It was the no conversations about it that it got worse and people were fighting it really alone because no one was, it was like taboo. And menopause is real. It is a part of, you know, the fact that we have cycles and we do produce, we do carry children and have children. So it is a part of life. And for those people who've had to have partial hysterectomies, trust me, it will throw off with the body because your body has a job. Every piece of it. Like when I got rid of my gallbladder, literally the doctor who took out my gallbladder, since he took out so many gallbladders a day, I guess he just made it almost like, well, it's really nothing. You need it, but you don't need it. The doctor, y'all. He was making it like, man. I started finding out how the gallbladder grabs grease, it grabs all that stuff from spicy food. You need this mofo. I almost did it, y'all, but look. I almost did it. I've almost made it through one day without saying the F word on YouTube. If y'all think y'all gonna get me before I get up out of here, no, not tonight, y'all. Not tonight. Cause y'all know it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. But I'm gonna make it one day. I'm gonna make it. See, one day gonna lead to 2 days, gonna lead to 3 days, gonna lead to 4 days. Then I'm gonna look up one day and I'll be like, dang, I took it out my vocabulary, period. Well, almost period. One day I'll be saying that. But I know that's a strong part of my life. That's a hard F's everywhere. Wait, what'd you say, so? Yes. I mean, and uncontrollably insane, like up, down, happy, sad, good, bad, you know what I mean? Depressed, overly excited. I'm like, my goodness, what is going on? And then don't let life, don't be in a bad relationship at the time. Don't be having a headache with the kids. Oh, you about to go cool, 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 cool. Then they wondering why we got shows like Snap. Y'all know I'm always gonna take it back to Snap because couldn't nobody have told me I wasn't gonna be on it. I wasn't gonna be on it. I told y'all my own episode, born 1979. Mm-hmm. Oh, those animals. Yeah, yeah. That animal. Let me tell you something. A funny story. We didn't end him in the hospital. So I had this surgery, and they kept saying this to him. Oh, it's like my second surgery. You know, they always say, "Oh, we just want you to pass gas. We just want you to have a poop. We want you to have a bowel movement." Because you know, when you have a surgery and you cut open, your stomach go to sleep. So they always are concerned, does that stomach wake back up? You know what I mean? When and then with somebody like me who has had intestinal problems and had, later on at this time I hadn't had, any surgeries where they had to take out a piece of my intestine or anything. So they want a bowel movement. So they come and they like on day three. We might be going into day four. So on day three, they kept telling me, well, if not, tomorrow we'll just go ahead and get you an enema. You know what I mean? Now this is years ago, y'all. No joke. They come in, I'm thinking of enema, maybe it's like I don't know, I'm old school, so my grandma, if you constipate, they use soap, you know what I mean? As its own enema. Uh, but like I said, so I'm thinking it's gonna be something like that. Literally, she tells me go on my side. So then we start arguing. Then she pulls out this thing, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what they about to do? And when I tell you it was a quick like injection, fellas, and a soup soup, but it made you instantly. It was like a never again have I ever had it. Never again do I want it. I mean, I'm telling you, I'll probably be in the hospital trying harder than my stomach is to make sure that we never have to do that again. Like ever have to do that again. I'd rather take the water shooting up my bumski than that. But it was just real quick, almost like she was like, take a deep breath in. I was like, oh, what's with this deep breather? Is that really gonna take this shock out of it? Is that gonna take the what is it with somebody who told you just hold your breath, take a deep breath? You know, does that make it better? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Right, grab the microphone and scream it over the microphone. Say, everyone in Kroger. I want you to say, dang. Yes. Yeah, them enemas now. I'm telling you, Trick Mama. I already knew what you meant that host. No, 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 no. Like I said, it was a I salute you if that's your job and you got to do it. But Hunty, Danny, we'll figure it out some other way, y'all. I promise you I will. Man, guys, I tell you, I kid you not. I don't care. I'm not just saying it. When I come in the building and we chit chat, we laugh, we play trivia, we talk about the bullshit, we talk about parenting, we talk about whatever it is we doing. I enjoy you guys, and I think that it's positive. We nobody's trying to send someone negative. No one's holding the big judgment stick everybody seen have. I don't know if they pass the judgment stick around and say it's your turn. It's your turn to be the judgiest mofo. I almost said it. I almost did. But and no matter what we do, I really enjoy when I come in here. I really enjoy the crown on the heads. I enjoy the people that are in the bushes who just are watching just to see if it's something. Is it gonna stay the same or is it talk? Because even like some of this drama we see, some people just doing it to get the attention. We just up in here chilling. You know what I mean? Like a laid back pool hall. Not the ones the drama's going in. You know what I mean? A laid back club. It's just a place is a safe place. Like I said, for it to be a safe place for me, I have to make sure it's a safe place for you, and vice versa. And that's how we do it. And since we all are in here as adults, well, if you come in here, you got your grown up on, you know how to hang with the adults. We can wear the crown and we don't have to be told what to do. Because most of us don't want to be bossed around. I'm not here to boss you around. You should know, you know how to act. And I really appreciate that everybody comes in here and acts mature. I really do. I really do. It sets the tone. It's the foundation we're built on, and it sets the precedent for everything for everyone else who comes in here later. So I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for wearing a crown. Thank you to the kings that came in the building today. Thank you to all the queens that came in the building today. I hope that everybody had, you know what, a good day. And if it was a rough one, I hope we come into an end and tomorrow is better. To all those who don't feel good, I hope you feel a little better. To all those who are down and fighting what they meant to right now, I want you to know you are enough. You are enough. That's that. No, I'm not gonna say anything else because I know sometimes even when we going through, just saying it's gonna be okay could cut like a knife because it makes you think sometimes. Then why doesn't it feel like it right now? So I'm sending out love, GVOs to everybody. Love to everybody. Get well, saying healing vibes to everybody. Like I said, I hope you have a good night. Watch something funny before you go to sleep. Never watch nothing negative. Try not to go to sleep arguing or thinking about negativity. And if you on these here YouTube streets and they become too much and you can't bear them, click off. Click off. Take care of you. Love on you. Make you better. You know what I mean? Make you better. And so, in saying all that, I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you, Trick Mama. This is your home. It's the kingdom. In the kingdom, everybody got a home. See, kingdom big enough for you to have your own land. Everybody got a home in the kingdom. And I mean that. Everybody got a home in the kingdom. Just wear the crown. Show me the village you come from. Show me that you're going to make your ancestors proud. If they was wrong, you are right. If you were wrong, now you right. Just show that. So this is a safe place and it's a good place, and I'm glad you feel comfortable in it because I'm comfortable enough to be me up in here. And we love you too, Trick Mama. Love you too, Colleen. Triple A, love you, CS. Love you, Susan. Thanks for being here. And Malou, you probably are listening because you probably still are at your barbecue. We missed you, sis. We love you. Have a good night to everybody else, like I said, who catches on the replay. We love you too. Hope your Sunday ended good. And I will check you guys out on Monday morning. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything before I go. Love you too, Susan. Good night to everybody. See you later. And if I miss saying your name, good night, Brent Rock. If I miss saying your name, sorry about that. Y'all know, charge it to my mind, not my heart. Like, not my heart. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.